What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Evil Dead the Game video. Today, a new balancing change was just dropped on the back end of the server. And it's live right now, actually, because of that. You don't have to download anything. You just jump into the game, and these will be your new changes. Some of which I think are really, really good. For the most part, I think this is a good update. Some things I'm like, I don't know if that's the way I would have went. But let's go ahead and go through them, and we'll talk about them as we go. First of all, for general changes, we have Hunter Stamina Regeneration changed from 35 stamina points per second to 20 stamina points per second. I think this is a really good change. Hunter Stamina is pretty crazy right now, especially when it's fully maxed out. So to pull it back a little bit, make that regen cut down, I think that will help a lot for sure. Revive from bleeding out state time changed from 3 to 4 seconds. Stamina upgrade level 4. Stamina cost reduction percentage changed from 50% to 40%. And then boss headshot damage multiplayer Henrietta changed from 1.5 to 1.25. And that is the same for Elagos and Evil Ash. So yeah, overall, all nerfs to the survivor side of things. The big one here, definitely the Hunter Stamina Regeneration being changed from 35 to 25 points per second, or 20 points per second. That change alone will probably make a pretty big difference. Now let's jump into character abilities. A whole bunch of these were changed, starting with Leader Ash. El Jefe Aura range. Bonus damage changed from 10% to 15%, so there's a buff there. Annie Howitzer Aura bonus range changed from 10% to 25%. That's a big buff there. Lord Arthur, the Lord's Wrath, melee bonus damage changed from 30 to 20. Warrior Ash Shield Blast, damage explosion changed from 200 to 125. Quite the nerf there. This was a very powerful ability that Warrior Ash had, especially because you could just activate an Executioner, get a little bit of shield back, and get that 200 health point damage over and over again. So yeah, this one being nerfed a little bit is pretty powerful. I think that'll be a noticeable change in the game. Warrior Ash Wise Man's Potion duration changed from 25 seconds to 20 seconds. Cooldown changed from 60 to 80 seconds. Damage reduction changed from 50 to 30%. So a fat nerf for Wise Man's Potion all around. It doesn't last as long, you don't get it as often, and the damage is reduced overall. So yeah, wow. I mean, you're just getting kind of fucked over there on the Warrior Ash side of things. Hunter Ash Exorcist cooldown changed from 60 to 90 seconds. Infernal energy reduction percentage changed from 15 to 20%. This is probably one of the ones I don't really agree with. I think with the whole demon meta right now, where you just possess basic units over and over and over and over again, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen it. I think Hunter Ash, Evil Dead 2 Ash, and his ability to get rid of them, 60 seconds seemed pretty fair for that to me. You can possess way too often to have this power be nerfed, in my opinion, so I think this one might be changed again, but we'll see. Ed Getley, It's a Trap cooldown changed from 60 seconds to 90 seconds. I definitely agree with this one. I mean, it lasts a long time when he does it, and he does it pretty often, so that probably is a good change. The Collector, increase the probability to find higher rarity loot boxes. There's a good buff for Ed. He can find better loot. Kelly, Battle Frenzy, buff stack change from 2% to 1%. And Cheryl, healing area when drinking Shemp's range changed from 6 meters to 5 meters. Again, I think this is a good change. Basically, you could have a Cheryl that you couldn't even see healing you. And yeah, it's a lot. So this isn't a huge change. It's just 1 meter, but I think it'll be enough to be noticeable. So then you got some skill changes over here. Last Chance, level 1, changed from 10 to 5%. Level 2, 15 to 10%. Level 3, changed from 20 to 15. And level 4, changed from 30 to 20. All around nerfs there. Deadly up close, level 2 damage changed from 15 to 10%. Level 3 damage changed from 25 to 20%. Then staying power, level 3 changed from 25% to 15%. So nerfs across the board there. I don't know if these ones will be as noticeable. I think your Last Chance for sure might be noticeable. And then the staying power, this is a very powerful ability. So yeah, this being nerfed a whole 10%, it could be pretty noticeable. And now the Kendarian demon changes. I think this is where a couple things I don't necessarily agree with. Infernal energy regeneration changed from 15 points per second to 20 points per second during the Necronomicon phase. This is huge to me. I don't understand how the hardest part of the game for the demon is during the Necronomicon phase. It should be the most hectic, the most powerful moment for the demon, and it just doesn't seem that way. It takes so long to bring anything back, so yeah, I think this is a good change, and I think it could be buffed even more so, but we'll see. The Skeleton Elite Arms health was changed from 100 to 200. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. Possession level 5. Extra health of possessed units changed from 40% to 50%. We'll see about that. We'll talk about that one in a second. Possessed Survivor headshot bonus multiplier to other survivor changed from 1.7 to 1.2. Possessed Elite Deadite health changed from 2,800 to 3,000. Possessed Elite Skeleton health changed from 2,000 to 2,250. Possessed Berserker health changed from 1,300 to 1,500. Car Possession Maintain energy cost changed from 0.5 seconds to 0.3 seconds. Car Possession energy cost changed from 100 to 60. Increase arms dismemberment resistance for the elite skeletons. So definitely like the car changes. I think car possession most of the time is completely pointless for you to do. And the fact that it costs 100 infernal energy, it can wipe your energy extremely quickly for you to maybe drive like a foot with it before everybody starts shooting it and you lose it. So it's not often where a car possession is actually effective. So I'm glad that they adjust this a little bit so you can use it more. So the buff to health for possessed units from 40% to 50% on level 5 possession. Of course, this is level 5. You actually have to put your skill points into it, but it doesn't take much to do that. The thing is, because of the whole meta with possessing basic units over and over and over again, this could be kind of annoying, and there's a couple more changes at the bottom here with the Warlord and specific demons that, yeah, it's like, I don't know, we should have went that route. The thing is, they didn't exactly increase the health for basics here. That's just the elites, which I'm fine with that. I don't think the elites are the issue at all with being possessed over and over again. It's the speed and the damage of the basics that makes it so tough, especially with Necromancer. If you have a group of skeletons on you and it's the basics, then not only do you have the flute come into play, which they can increase their damage tremendously and their health, but they're also just as fast as your hunter players, so they can keep up, run after you, and do a ton of damage. So I'm glad that their health wasn't specifically addressed here. They can, still have the same health, but with the bonus multiplayer that comes as a result of upgrading your possession, they do get a 10% jump as well. So I don't know. We'll see how that really makes a difference when it comes to this. Again, that very much a meta right now of possessing basics over and over and over again. Some people literally don't even have to drop a boss in the game. They just rely on basic units. So, again, especially on the side of Necromancer. So, all right, for other actual demon changes on the Warlord, we have Possessed Deadite stun time changes. Basic from 1.5 to 1 second, 1.5 to 1 second for Elite, and then for the boss, 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. And this one, the basic change, 1.5 to 1 second, that could really add to that meta that we're seeing already, where a basic unit's being possessed, you really can't do much if you're 1v1ing them. Your best bet's just to run away or start vaulting things. So this, even more so, is going to make that tough to get away because they're just going to be right back on you the second you stun them. Possessed Deadite's balance bar changes for basic 300 to 400, elite from 525 to 625, and boss from 800 to 900. Again, just looking at that basic one, it is now going to be even harder to stun them, and they are stunned for less time. So I don't know, man. That meta seems like it's going to get even crazier. We might see some changes. This feels like more of an update that should have came out like, in the first couple weeks. Now that we have this Deadite meta going on, this demon meta, these might be adjusted pretty quickly. We'll see. Puppeteer, Possessed Deadite stun time changes 2 to 1.5 seconds for basic, and elites 2.5 to 1.5. Again, just reiterating the whole basic changes here. Same here for Possessed Deadite's balance bar changes 230 to 330 for basic, and 450 to 550 for elite. Necromancer, same thing pretty much. Basic 1.5 to 1 second for stun time, elite 2 to 1.5, and boss 2 seconds to 1.5 seconds. So the Possessed Deadite's balance bar changes. Also, 350 to 400 for basic, elite 500 to 550, and boss 700 to 800. So that's all the changes that are in the game at this moment. You can go play, try it out for yourself, see how it is. I still think overall, if you have a competent Survivor team, you are definitely in favor of that Survivor team, as long as they're sticking together. Of course, a lot of the times you're seeing solo queues or maybe only 2 friends playing together, so you're not seeing people stick together the way they should, and that's when it's very much in favor of the demon, which I think it should be. The only thing I don't particularly like, I'm down for pretty much all these buffs, it's just the pushing the basic unit stuff going on. Like, we're seeing that possession happening over and over again, and like I said, if you're 1v1ing them, a lot of the times, you're not going to be able to succeed there. You're probably going to die, which, You could debate in that in the comments. Maybe that's how it should be. If you're 1v1ing the demon, maybe you should lose. But this game doesn't really seem to be in that type of asymmetrical multiplayer world where it's that overpowered to the demon. I mean, you should have to earn a little bit more. You should have a chance if you happen to run off by yourself. Really, the best reversal for that whole basic units being possessed over and over again was to run away or just to vault over and over again. Now with the hunters and their stamina being dropped, at least in terms of regeneration, that could be even harder as well. So running away may not be as much of an option as it was before. And now as well, with the Evil Dead 2 Ash and his changes where you can't exercise the demon as much, you're going to even be more of a struggle where they can last even longer or more often when possessing all those basic units. So I think some of this is going to be changed very quickly. I think the numbers on the back end are going to be like, wow, demons are all of a sudden winning over and over and over again. But we'll see. I mean, maybe some of these changes, there are a couple buffs to survivors that may make a difference, but you only know by playing, all right? Reading these numbers, it's like, these are just percentages of numbers. We don't actually know how they're going to work until we play it ourselves. So go jump into the game and do that right now, see how it plays, and then leave nice, constructive feedback wherever you can. There's no point in raging about it. Let's just talk about it, and clearly they're listening, because what they were seeing on their end is that the demons were getting their ass whooped. So that's where these changes came from. Let's see if that remains the case. But, hey, that is my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. That's going to wrap up this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to our channel for more updates like this one. And, of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.